I don't know where you've been, but you're gonna respect this courtroom. My life has proven that it's not about where you come from, it's about where you're going. From a jailed youth who had my record expunged to becoming the youngest judge elected.
The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding.
In just 15 years. Ma'am, let me know when you want to go to rehab. Otherwise, I think you're a crackhead.
Absolutely not.
My goal is to inspire others to overcome their obstacles. You don't need him and his little raggedy roommate.
Thank you.
All while having a little fun on Mathis Court. You look like you're ready to lie right the first word out your mouth. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Whitney Roberts suing Jerome Williams in the amount of $650.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Miss Roberts claims she left a valuable bracelet behind when she moved out and says her landlord chose to pawn it instead of returning it to her.
State your name.
Whitney Roberts.
Sir?
Jerome Williams.
All right, and you're suing Mr. Williams for $650 for selling your belongings?
Yes.
All right, give me some background.
I moved into Mr. Williams' apartment building about 2 years ago. At the time, I moved in with my boyfriend at the time, Chad, but the apartment was in my name and so were the bills. But we split the rent evenly. I had seen Mr. Williams around and everything had been cordial. I had seen him doing lawn work, he was there for repairs, no problems. But me and Chad, on the other hand, started having problems about 2 years into living together. So after 2 years...
Personal problems?
Yes, with our relationship.
Money was the problem, wasn't it?
Yes, exactly. And he started to get more and more upset about the fact that his work wasn't selling right away, and he ended up telling me that he wanted to break up and leave and go back to where he lives, which is Michigan. It was a pretty sudden leave, and he ended up leaving the majority of his things at the apartment. His books, like from when we went to college, his writing manuscripts, all this stuff. He ended up leaving the big chunk of his stuff in our apartment and
All right, let me get some background from Mr. Williams, and then we'll get back to you. Sir?
I managed the unit that Miss Whitney and Chad, her boyfriend, were living in for about 7 years. Miss Whitney and Chad were great people, great tenants, never had any problems out of them until the incident with the garage. They were storing more items than what I intended the garage to be used for. Had she
left, or this was during the time they were tenants? They stored more in the garage than they should have.
Correct. They were both still tenants in the unit at the time. I brought it up to Miss Whitney that she had too much stuff in the garage. She said fine, she'd take care of it. Time went by. The other tenant couldn't park in the garage. It started collecting more boxes and packages, so I brought it to her attention again the next time I saw her, and she said that everything would be taken care of. So I probably didn't see her again for a couple of months, and when I saw her, I didn't see Chad. And I asked her, what happened to Chad? Where's Chad? I don't see him around.
How you gonna get in this woman's business?
They were nice. I would always see them together.
So I see a lot of people together and then don't see the wife or the husband no more. I don't ask her, hey, where your husband? Did y'all divorce? What happened? Tell me, what did you caught him cheating? What happened? Who did you caught her cheating? Is that what he asked you?
He was wondering where he
was
went.
worried that Chad got injured.
Right. Yeah, right. he was hoping Chad got injured with this pretty lady. Go ahead.
She was heartbroken. She told me that her and Chad broke up, and I felt for her. But my job is the landlord. I wanted to know if she was going to remain a tenant, and she let me know a couple of months later that she was actually going to move out of the unit at the end of that month that I spoke with her.
So the woman is crying on your shoulder about just losing her boyfriend. How many years had they been together?
I'd known them about 1.5 years.
Okay, how long had you all been together?
4 years.
4 years. She's crying on your shoulder. She's heartbroken. She's hurt. And your response, oh, okay, yeah, but I still need the amends right now. You could have waited. You could have said, feel better, and then call back. You feel better yet? Because I got some stuff. I'm going to have to tell you to move. But go ahead. You immediately moved right on. Oh, okay, I'm sorry that happened. That's a horrible thing. Now, what about the ends?
A couple of months later.
Ends mean money, y'all. Go ahead.
She was ready to move out. She gave me the 30-day notice that she'd be moving out at the end of the month, which was fine. I understand that. So per protocol, I let her know that I would inspect the unit once she moved out. If there was any security deposit left after the cleaning, I would mail it to her new address. And when she moved out, at the end of the month, on the 1st, I went in to inspect the property. And it wasn't what I was expecting at all. Apparently,
That had been 30 days?
Yes.
Had it been 30 days?
She moved out on the 31st of that month.
And you went in on the 1st?
On the 1st, I went in. Apparently, all of the storage that she was using the garage for ended up in the apartment unit that she was renting out. And it was a mess.
Coming up on Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
You still don't respond.
He did give me
What
2 weeks.
about your circumstance prohibited you from responding?
And later,
Amir, do you have any clue what she's talking about?
Trying to figure it out.
Okay, let me know when you know. Maybe I'll go to her. What is she talking about?
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Whitney Roberts, who's suing Jerome Williams for conversion.
I reached out to Miss Whitney and I emailed her. I let her know that there were some belongings that she left behind. I'd give her 2 weeks to retrieve her items, and I waited to hear from her. Almost a week went by, and
She didn't respond to that
no
2-week
response, Your Honor.
notice?
No
She
response.
hadn't responded to your 30-day notice. She left in 30 days
Correct.
with her property?
She left property behind.
That's what I'm asking. And so you gave her 30 days to get her property out.
I gave her 2 weeks. She moved out at the end of the month. On the 1st, when I went in, I saw that she left property behind.
And you told her come get it in 10 days. I'm trying to help you out a little and make that 30 day included in that 10. Because so far you're going down the wrong track, but gave her 10 days.
No response. So when I didn't get a response from her in email, I followed up the next week and reached out to her by text message. I have the evidence of the emails that I sent.
Okay, let me
and
see that, please. And you can resume your testimony, ma'am.
So after
He left,
after Chad left, I was a mess for a long time. Like I thought it was a relationship that we were gonna be in.
Yeah, 4 years,
forever.
long time for young
Yeah.
people.
Time just kind of got away from me, and I was panicked about all the stuff, but I didn't have a heart to throw it out. I had stuff from my kids from the school, so the apartment quickly started to just get more and more things, and I couldn't find myself to be able to throw them out. And I just ended up doing long hours, and I ended up only having the last 2 weeks to move, and I got really stressed, and I couldn't really handle it as well as I wanted to. And so when the final 2 weeks came up, I packed what I could, like pretty much the bare minimum, and I left not being able to take a lot of furniture, but I wanted to try to move and get as much stuff as I could out, leaving a lot of Chad stuff behind.
Why didn't you talk to him?
I think I got nervous. I think it's really hard being in that situation, trying to reach out. I guess I was just trying to do the best I could. I felt like I was kind of drowning, so I was just trying to just keep doing
You
the
didn't
next
think
step.
you were risking your items by leaving them and not responding to the management when the management says, get your things, you don't respond. The management then says you have 10 days, you still don't respond.
He did give me
What
2 weeks.
about your circumstance prohibited you from responding?
He
Why
wanted-
can't you text and say, okay, or give me 30 more, or I will? You're suggesting to me that your emotional state wouldn't even allow you to do something that would save your property. 3 words.
He wa-
Text 3 words.
He wanted to know when I was coming, and I didn't know when, and so that's
So why
why
didn't
I
you say
kept-
that then? You just blew him off.
It just happened that I kept forgetting.
This is the third excuse you've given me, you know that. First it was I was emotionally whatever. Now it's I forgot. Then it was I just thought he would give me da-da-da. You were making assumptions. So what'd you do with the property, sir?
The items that were not gathering pests and gnats and flies, those items I threw out. There were some items that could fit in the storage unit in the garage. I boxed those up. I went through some of the other belongings that I was going to throw out, and I found a bracelet. It looked like the bracelet might have value to it. That's what the unit looked like when I went in, and the cleaning service gave me an estimate that it was going to be a lot more than the security deposit that she would eventually forfeit.
How much was the security deposit?
It was $1,800, Your Honor.
And what repairs were necessary that would take up the security deposit? What is the $1,800 worth of repairs?
It was a cleaning bill for $2,000.
What did they have to clean?
The carpets and the walls needed to be shampooed, scrubbed down, and cleaned because of any mold or any debris that was left behind that was bringing in gnats and stuff.
All right. And what else did you search for and keep?
The only thing I found was a bracelet of value. I really wasn't snooping around, but I was looking to make sure.
What did you do with it?
I took it to the pawn shop.
Oh, okay.
And got a little bit of money for it that went towards the cleaning.
Okay. So you sold her things. $650 is your judgment, ma'am. Your intention was bad all along, sir. You went through this woman's stuff and kept it, knowing that she was in dire straits. You get the most value, you go through all of it because an earring or necklace or whatever it is ain't but that big. So you had to go through all of that to find that. You were searching for something of value to sell, and that's why you're gonna pay her $650 because you took her things, put them away, searched them down, not just to store them. You searched pocket to pocket, cloth to cloth, garbage to garbage, until you found something you could go and sell and buy you some crack. Because that's a crackhead move. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant owes $650.
I object. I don't smoke crack, and she still owes me money.
I'm really glad that the judge saw exactly what I was trying to say by selling my property before I had time to get it.
Coming up.
Grand Rising.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know what they say. Don't ever trust a woman who starts off with Grand Rising.
Who says that?
Not me.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Erica Johnson is suing Nicole Phillips in the amount of $1,000. Miss Johnson claims she lost a deposit on a venue for her cousin's grandmother's repast and says Miss Phillips is to blame for holding it at the late matriarch's home instead.
State your name,
Erica Johnson.
ma'am.
Nicole Phillips.
All right, Ms. Johnson, you're suing the defendant for $1,000 for losing a deposit on a venue?
Yes, sir.
All right. How do you all know each other?
We are second cousins. Our grandmothers are sisters.
Let's move on, ma'am. What you suing about today?
Today, I'm suing her because I lost my $1,000 deposit because she couldn't communicate with me that she didn't want to use the venue and that she wanted to have the repast at her grandmother's house. I was okay with that. I just wanted her to communicate because we had family members that were willing to step forward to pay the $1,000 so she wouldn't have to pay out of pocket. But instead of her communicating, she ghosted me. And then I found out 48 hours before the funeral that it was gonna be at her grandmother's house.
Amir, do you have any clue what she's talking about?
Trying to figure it out.
Okay, let me know when you know. Maybe I'll go to her. What is she talking about?
Grand Rising, Your Honor. How are you?
Ooh.
Good. Grand Rising.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You know what they say.
What's that?
Don't ever trust a woman who starts off with Grand Rising.
Who says that?
Not me.
Anyways, Your Honor, I'm exhausted. Being dragged down to this courthouse all because Erica not going along with this family reunion charade that she was trying to put together.
Family reunion or funeral?
Coming up.
Oh, why you looking at me like I'm the fool? You the one over here talking about a funeral is a family reunion. You need to get her a mirror so she can see who the fool is.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Mathis Court is back with the case of Erica Johnson, who is suing her cousin Nicole Phillips for negligence.
Which one is it? Why are you looking at me like that? Well, no, they're two different things.
They happened very close together.
Oh, when they say that. Don't tell me there's both. Oh, why are you looking at me like I'm the fool? You the one over here talking about a funeral is a family reunion. You need to get her a mirror so she can see who the fool is. You're looking at me like that. Was it a family reunion or was it a funeral and the repast was to be held and now you're suing her because she made a commitment regarding the repast and didn't keep that commitment? Is that what this is about?
Yes, sir.
Thank God. All right, so describe the commitment and when it occurred that she committed to put $1,000 toward the repast, right? And it was for a venue.
Originally, it was a family reunion. We've never had one before. However, her grandmother passed away
At the family reunion or during the same time frame?
During the same time frame, within a week
All
of
right,
it.
now I understand.
That is not true.
You're right, she
sweetie.
won't communicate. You're right, go ahead.
So I didn't want her to pay anything out of pocket. So I reached out to our cousin Malcolm. I even have evidence. And I said to him, you know, can you cover this? And he told us that he would in honor of her grandmother. All she had to do was communicate and tell me, yes, this time, this day, that works. She never did that. She ghosted me.
Your Honor, I was
and
grieving.
then 48 hours.
Ghosted you on what? What commitment had she made?
How will Judge Mathis rule? Find out when Mathis Court returns.
You're watching Mathis Court with Judge Mathis. This is Mathis Court with Judge Mathis.
Why was your failure to know based on her ghosting you as opposed to talking with the venue? Did you convey the money to the venue?
Yes, sir.
And where did you get the money from?
The money personally, I paid
$1,000. None of the other members, none of the other family members contributed?
No, but not until our cousin Malcolm knew that there was a remaining balance and he was going to pay that $1,000.
He was going to. All right. And did she ever agree to pay anything? Whatever her request, whatever her interest, whatever her preference is about where we should have the repast, did she ever commit to paying a dime for anything?
No, sir, but she did say okay to what I offered to her.
Good enough. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day. She has to agree to pay you at some point. You say she never, not once, agreed that she would pay for anything. So how can you sue her for anything when she never agreed to pay you for anything? Have a good day.
All rise.
Judge Mathis has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim is dismissed.
I love you, cuz, and I'm sorry.
I love you too.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.